Hey everyone, if you've ever wished your body came with, an actual operations manual, you are in the exact right place. In this explainer, we're going to unpack the completely fascinating mechanics behind our daily inputs. We're translating the science of what you eat and drink into these super easy to follow visual guides, covering everything from the literal traffic jams inside your stomach to the natural pharmacy that's probably just sitting right there in your kitchen pantry. Honestly, it's amazing how much our daily energy changes once we just understand these numbers and combinations. It's a real game changer for how you feel your day.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our manual today has 4 essential chapters: the digestion clock, strategic daily hydration, nature's medicine cabinet, and targeted teas and tonics.
Chapter 1. The Digestion Clock. Now, we often think of our stomach as just a simple fuel tank, right? You put food in, it gives you energy. But the mechanical reality is a whole lot more complex, and understanding it is absolutely the secret to everyday energy management. To really grasp this, let's divide our foods into distinct speed zones. Think of this as the traffic on your body's internal highway. First up, we have the fast lane. This processes in under 30 minutes. We're talking water, which takes literally 0 minutes, and raw fruits and vegetables passing through in just 15 to 40 minutes. Then we hit the cruising lane, taking about 1 to 2 hours. This is your cooked root vegetables like potatoes and light proteins like fish and chicken. Finally, we hit the slow lane, clocking in at a massive 180 minutes. That is a full 3 hours. This is where dense red meats like beef and heavy fats like nuts sit and get broken down. Now, this timeline is the absolute core of the crash and burn versus sustained fuel concept. See, if you eat a breakfast of pure simple carbohydrates from that fast lane, it flashes right through your digestive system. That causes a massive blood sugar spike followed by an immediate energy crash. But when you intentionally pair those fast carbs with slow proteins from the slow lane, you actively engineer this perfect, sustained energy curve for your entire day.
And this brilliantly illustrates that exact point. Water passes instantly, with zero breakdown, while a dense cut of beef requires 3 whole hours of intensive chemical and mechanical processing. This brings us to the entire logic of food combining and that really dreadful feeling of bloating. Imagine a literal traffic jam in your stomach. If you eat a fast-digesting food like, say, a big bowl of fruit, immediately after eating a slow-digesting food like a heavy steak, that fruit gets trapped right behind the steak. The sugars in the fruit basically just sit there in a warm, acidic environment for hours longer than they ever should. They ferment, they create gas, and they leave you with that classic heavy, bloated feeling. So the ultimate rule of thumb to take away from this explainer is this: eat light to heavy throughout the day, or intentionally sequence your meals so you totally avoid this stomach traffic jam.
Moving on to Chapter 2, Strategic Daily Hydration. Because water sits firmly in that 0-minute fast lane, the timing of when we drink it actually manipulates how our body functions. It's not just about chugging 8 glasses a day, it's about when you drink them. Having a glass right after waking up basically acts as an internal shower to cleanse your organs. A glass before a meal helps dilute digestive juices. Actually, remembering our traffic jam rule, try to drink that about 30 minutes prior so you don't dilute the stomach acid right when it needs to break down that heavy slow lane food. Interestingly, a glass before a shower can actually help lower your blood pressure, and one before going to bed helps keep your whole system hydrated throughout that long overnight fast. It's a really strategic schedule for your absolute most vital input.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how easily we can upgrade that daily hydration schedule. Starting your day with lemon water on an empty stomach isn't just about hydration. You're boosting your metabolism, regulating your pH levels, and actively relieving inflammation. Or, on the flip side, simply drinking your water from a copper cup introduces trace minerals that kill bacteria, stimulate the brain, and even help regulate your thyroid gland. These are tiny, tiny mechanical tweaks to your daily routine, but they yield massive physiological outputs.
But hey, hydration doesn't just have to be poured from a pitcher. You can literally eat your water. Iceberg lettuce and cucumbers, they're 96% water. Watermelon is 92%. Strawberries are 90%. By loading up on these fast-lane foods, you are passively flooding your body with hydration that's completely wrapped in vitamins. This is exactly how you get that glowing skin and vibrant energy without ever feeling bogged down by heavy digestion.
So, we've mastered the traffic lanes of our stomach, and we've optimized our hydration schedule. We know how to fuel and maintain the machine, right? But a really great operations manual always has a troubleshooting section. That brings us to our next critical question. When the body breaks down, how can we use specific foods to actively heal?
Chapter 3, Nature's Medicine Cabinet. We're shifting our narrative focus right now, moving from basic daily maintenance straight into targeted problem solving using the natural compounds found in everyday foods. We're so conditioned to just reach into the medicine cabinet for synthesized pills the absolute second we feel a twinge. But for almost every common minor ailment, there's a corresponding remedy sitting right next to your cereal boxes. So the crucial point is how wonderfully specific these applications are. Got an earache? Garlic can actually help. Suffering from heartburn? Now this sounds totally counterintuitive, but raw apple cider vinegar can balance your stomach acid. Got joint pain? The anthocyanidins and cherries act as a brilliant, natural, targeted treatment. What about bloating from that stomach traffic jam we talked about earlier? Pineapple is your go-to. And for sore muscles, peppermint is incredibly soothing. It's all about matching the right natural chemical to the right physical problem.
It's fascinating to see this as active chemistry rather than just, magic. Let's look closer at inflammation, specifically for something as debilitating as arthritis. The curcumin found in turmeric has incredibly potent healing properties. The bromelain content in pineapples actively targets and dismantles inflammation. Omega-3-rich foods like chia seeds literally lubricate the joints. When you eat these, you aren't just having a snack, you are actively administering natural medicine. And this goes way beyond pain relief right into actual immune defense. Ingredients like oregano oil, horseradish root, echinacea, and raw honey contain powerful antimicrobial and antibacterial properties. By regularly integrating these into your cruising lane meals, you're effectively reinforcing your body's defensive walls against infection day by day. Finally, Chapter 4, Targeted Teas and Tonics. So, now that we know what these ingredients do, how do we best deliver them to the body? Well, different herbal infusions uniquely impact our nervous system and energy levels. And because tea is essentially just water, it bypasses that digestive traffic jam entirely. It drops right into the 0-minute fast lane, delivering all these active compounds directly to your system almost immediately. Think of this as your personal brewing cheat sheet. Headache coming on? Reach for cinnamon tea. Got a persistent cough? Thyme is highly effective for that. A sore throat definitely requires the classic lemon infusion. A stomachache, maybe from eating red meat and fruit together, can be calmed right down by chamomile. If you're feeling that dreaded mid-afternoon crash, skip the heavy coffee and brew peppermint tea for fatigue instead. And for insomnia, passion flower is a totally brilliant natural sedative.
Let's move on and see how this builds when we start combining our remedies. Honey acts as an incredible base for multiple cures, while pineapple juice is packed with that anti-inflammatory bromelain we discussed earlier. Both of these are incredibly versatile, multi-tool ingredients in your body's operations manual. I mean, pineapple juice alone aids digestion, reduces arthritis pain, and strengthens bones.
But look at how targeted we can get when we mix honey with other active ingredients. Mixing honey and lemon creates a really powerful natural syrup for colds and coughs. Stirring it into herbal tea provides a complete system detox. Combining honey with apple cider vinegar creates a potent flush for sinus issues. And mixing honey with cinnamon can actually assist with weight loss and, surprisingly, soothe a toothache. By properly combining these basic natural ingredients, you are effectively running a highly targeted home pharmacy. We've covered a ton of ground today, from avoiding that dreaded digestive traffic jam by eating light to heavy, to perfectly timing your daily hydration, and finally brewing targeted tonics for exactly what ails you. You now hold the manual. So I'm going to leave you with this. The next time you feel an energy crash, a pain, or an ache, will you automatically reach for a pill? Or will you look in your pantry and let your food be your medicine?